Hi, thanks
Welcome.
for the invite.
Yeah, thanks for bailing us out.
Sure.
Hannah Claire had some stuff to do, I guess, some life
Life.
admin. Yeah.
Life
So,
happens.
Sure. No
yeah, it
worries.
does. And I only have a short list of other females because Tuesday and Thursday is estrocast.
That's
So it has to be maximum estrogen. And
Okay.
we talk about all of the lady topics. Well,
The
that's not
lady
necessarily-
things.
We do.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about our periods. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm ready.
When was everybody's answered now. When was your first period? Now, no, there's a lot of news today. Looks like I think we're live. Yeah. So Hannah Claire is out today. She'll be back tomorrow. And then Thursday, and I might make her work Friday to make up for it. But we are so graciously joined today by Nina Infinity, who is your show daily, or is it, how often do you do your show?
I do Wednesdays is my crazy show, and then I do Friday, my good news show that you rate all the time. So that's what I do.
Yay.
So she's live Wednesdays and Fridays on Rumble and YouTube and all the things. So make sure you follow her channel. Melanie, how was your weekend?
Good. Played a lot of Diablo 4 with my brothers and
Diablo 4.
Yeah, I've really been on a Diablo kick right now.
Okay.
Yeah, playing as a druid, bear form. No bear fornicating though.
Okay,
so yeah.
Well, I started Baldur's Gate 3, and I will say I played it like one night for like I played it one night for like an hour. I was like, okay. And then I played it for like 3 hours, like, okay, I'm into this. But I think I've already encountered at least one dude who's into dudes. There's like a vampire character.
Oh,
and,
that guy.
Yeah.
Heard, I haven't even played it, but I know what you're talking about.
He's very like
blonde, like
yeah.
Yeah.
He's very saucy, but he's also like, I think he's a vampire. I think chat spoiled that. I'm not supposed to know that yet, but so like vampires tend to be.
They tend to be kind of fruity anyway.
Yeah. So
they kind of go like every which way. So they're like the OG, like they thems was like the vamps.
Yeah. Even like a show I really like is What We Do in the Shadows. It's hilarious.
I love the movie.
Never seen it.
So funny.
Yeah, the TV show is an extension of that, and both of like all the vampires have been like, oh yeah, I've been with men and women. Like it's like a thing for vampires or whatever. But today
I learned that when I watched the interview with the vampire many years ago, and I was like way too young to watch that movie, but I was like, Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, I'm in.
Oh yay.
And Antonio Banderas. And then we got to the Antonio Banderas part, and I was like, wait, what's happening?
Wait, what? Yeah, something's very wrong here. So we have some news today, some kind of sad news because, Alex Jones and Owen Shroyer are both friends of the show. They've been on the show multiple times. Alex still thinks the quartering and salty cracker and Friday Night Tights are all the same thing. But, he's...
To be fair, you guys do, cross.
There's
some overlap.
Yeah, there definitely is some overlap. But I think it was like the third or fourth time he'd been on the show where I was like, oh, he thinks I'm salty cracker. Or like he thinks, like he goes on like Nerdrotic and he's like, oh yeah, salty cracker and quartering. And I'm like, we're all different shows. But anyway, you gotta love Alex. Yeah. And it's definitely something odd. I don't know. How did you kind of react to? I mean, things have escalated. I have a couple of clips. I don't know if either of you are aware. So Nina, you commented on it at least.
I heard. So Owen is leaving the Alex Jones or the Infowars because he said that Alex Jones told him to lighten up with the Trump criticism or something.
That's his side of it. Yeah, that's his side of it.
I think that's kind of odd because Alex Jones has been on a Trump criticism train himself. So I don't
not
understand.
as much as he used to be. Like, here's the thing: you have to be watching. I don't know how long you watched Alex Jones, Melanie, but I watched Alex Jones for, since I was so young. Like, Alex Jones is the person that got me into like the conspiracy theories. I watched the movie Waking Life because of Alex Jones. Like, that's how far back we go.
She's an OG. Like,
OG conspiracy theorist. Like, it's been a long road with Alex. So when you as you watch him like throughout the years, you can tell that he's kind of calmed down. Like, he's calmed down a lot, especially after the whole court
losing
case
a lawsuit.
Lawsuit.
Oh, that's true.
Not even before that, even before losing it, just because of what happened. Like, you can tell that he really kind of toned it down. Alex used to be all about the grim. Like, he was all about all the globalists are taking over. We're gonna stop. The devils and blah blah blah. Like, he was all about that, like raging. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that Alex Jones clip on Timcast, but that was OG Alex. Like, when
he was on Timcast.
Yeah,
was that the one where Tim had a melty and shut the show down, and it was like a huge thing? Yeah.
But didn't Alex Jones just make a tweet like right before we dropped the U.S. like we dropped a bomb there on the Iran's nuclear sites? Didn't he have that picture of like half George W. Bush and half Trump?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it took him a minute though, because usually Alex used to be like right on it, like, oh, what's happening?
He did initially defend it.
Yeah, it was like it took him a minute, and Owen was out there being like, what the fuck's going on? What are we doing? And blah blah blah. So I could kind of see like the drift. Like, I could see because I could see Owens, and I don't follow Owen as much as I do Alex Jones on Twitter and stuff, but like, I know, like, Owen went to jail for the whole J6 thing, and I know that he was a big part of the Infowars, and he did like a massive show on there and everything. So I knew his views, and I could kind of see it. I saw them kind of go a different way, and then this happened, and of course, I feel like it would have been better if they had done what Owen said, like go on there together, shake hands, and like just go your separate ways. And then I see like what's going on now with Alex, like putting out that tweet, and then all of a sudden going and being like, "Oh, fuck you, bro." So it's like,
Alex Jones put on a tweet.
I'll bring it up. I have it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm like really curious about where is it that they differ on this, like, and how.
Well,
much?
I'll tell you.
They differ. I think mainly because of the.
Oh, there's an echo.
Ooh.
Oh, I did that thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. That was my fault. How about now?
Okay, we're good, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. What you were saying?
No, I just think they differ mainly because, like I said, Alex is.
Are you okay?
Yeah, like you can lock your chair into like the. Just... So I started to lean back, and it clearly was not locked.
That was funny.
I almost went all the way over there.
No, but it's funny because he mentioned like the Trump stuff, but also he's saying like Alex like just wants me to tone it down a little bit. So he like I said, Alex is toned down. So I feel like in a way, maybe in his old age, it feels like maybe we shouldn't be focusing so much on the negativity. I know that because I do my Friday show. So I'm kind of like, you got to have some type of.
Sure, I get it.
There has to be hope. There has to be a light at the end of the tunnel of why we're doing this battle to begin with. Like, it's like, okay, we're fighting this war, but is there a light at the end of the tunnel, or are we just doomed? Just like,
that's
so
true.
Just doom and gloom. No one's gonna want to take up the fight, right? Like, everyone's gonna be like, wow, if we're all doomed anyway, we might as well just do a bunch of debauchery and just call it a day. Because
that's why I raid your Friday show, is because you do your like, these are good stories, and like, here's a Chinese guy using a excavator to save flood victims, and like, there is. I try to pull people out of being blackpilled, because I think, first of all, being blackpilled is like, it's the path of least resistance. It's like being that goth kid in high school from like on South Park. It's like, nothing matters. It's only pain. It's like, dude, like, come on. But also, like, I think that they, in quotations mark, whoever they are, they want people apathetic, and people, they want people to feel like there's no hope. I think, look, well, here's the thing. Owen was first, which meant he got to set the narrative. And so I want to be clear. I like both of these guys. Mm-hmm. But when I watched Owen's video, I was like, oh no, he's actually, because he was like, oh boy, I was like, no. He's like, I haven't got a raise since 2018 and this and that. He definitely had some gripes that any like normal person would have. Like, so I'm like, no, this isn't exactly about a censorship. Yeah. If I hadn't gotten a raise in 7 years and I watched my boss, like, yes, I know the lawsuit is a thing, but how much money was he raking in on Save the Show and do this and do that? So like, chats, Jeremy's being a total conformist. You got to do the hair flip when you say that.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, I definitely had that haircut in high school too. I had the emo blade where I was like,
nice.
That's amazing. I have to see a picture of that.
Yeah.
I used to use like a shaving leg razor. That's what I cut my hair with, and now I give myself the.
Oh, so yeah, you had the blade too. Yeah,
I did
too. Yeah. So clearly Owen was feeling like maybe he had gone as far as he could go on Infowars.
I think he was hanging on stuff. Like, it was pretty clear because I watched his stream, and like when he started bringing up the money, and then he kind of went into the whole, he didn't even know if the company is going to be around tomorrow.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing. Like, I can understand as someone who's, has.
He's 40 years old. He's got, he's got to have some. I get that. Yeah,
I get that too. Like, he's like, well, I mean, there's not even any stability in this job, and you're not paying me that much. Obviously, he thinks he's worth way more, and I kind of agree.
Maybe he is.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he does have a massive platform, so. It just makes sense in a way that like all of the disgruntledness would come up because of the way Alex chose to handle his departure. So like, because you're and that's the thing. And that's why usually you're not supposed to like go live and, air your grievances out immediately. So I feel like maybe Owen emotionally reacted to it instead of kind of sitting with it and being like, well, how do I want to handle this? Instead, he pressed the live button, and usually that doesn't go down.
Yeah. Look, one of my biggest regrets is I had a mentor and I had this great job. It was at an internet marketing incubator company. Mm-hmm. Basically, we would buy smaller online businesses and we would take them from profitable to way profitable. I started there, and I was a big part of taking that company from 8 million to 35 million in like 3 years. And he paid me extremely well. When I was 23, I had $100,000 base salary, unlimited vacation, and 4 quarterly bonuses that were never less than 50 grand. So like, I was making $200,000-$300,000 a year. I was making more than I make now. Wow. And near the end, I learned so much from my boss there and my mentor. Near the end, I started to feel like, hey, I should have an ownership in the company. I have a feeling this is where I went with Owen. Like, hey, I was I was at the C level. Like I wasn't like a salesman who thought he was too hot to trot. Like I was a real big part of taking us, up to that. And, it was basically the CEO, then me, and then his brother, who had 11% of the company. And his brother only ran the call center. And I was like, bro, your brother works for me and I have no ownership in this company, and then I got salty and I started to do all the things Owen did. I never took time off, even though I had unlimited vacation. Then I was like, well, I'm just going to take a week off. I'm going to take 2 weeks off. They're like, well, we're going to Brazil for this leadership summit. I'm like, nah, I don't want to go to that. Like I started doing all that stuff because I was like, but at the same time, I didn't wear a suit to work. I wore ripped jeans. And I would come in. There was a manager's meeting every morning at 8:30 a.m.
Just like Zelensky.
Owen mentioned that. Dude, Owen actually mentioned that part about the suit. Did you listen to that part of this thing?
That's why I'm bringing it up. I was like, I totally relate to this. And then I would be in the office. Like, it was always a joke. The CEO's office was in the front of the building. And you would see my car ripping through the parking lot at like 100 miles an hour. At 8:31, I was late every day to the manager's meeting. And so when I was like, meh, give me my ownership in the company. He's like, brother, you can't even put on a pair of pants without rips in it. And you make a lot of money for a guy that shows up whenever the fuck he wants, which wasn't totally fair. It's not like I showed up at noon or 1, but I was late almost every day.
Right.
And like, he was like, dude, like, no. And then instead of like taking that criticism at that time, I was like, well, fuck you. I'm going to go out and start my own thing. And like many years later, I apologized to him. And like, I was like, you know what? You tried to tell me. And I think he would have given me shares. Like, I think he would have, if I would have like just listened to him. And like, he's like, dude, you like, I had people who were like 60 years old wearing suits reporting to me. He's like, how the fuck do you think that makes them feel? You know, I'm like, well, I don't care. I care about results. And look at all the money I made you. And I learned then that it wasn't necessarily all about the money.
There's a lot of ego involved. And I think that that's what's going on here as well, right? Like, there's definitely a lot of ego involved. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta, and I mean, that's what I mean by like Owen, like needed to like maybe emotionally not react so quickly, because Alex is the old dude in this situation. Like, you know, he's owed a level of respect and obviously like all that. But having said that, Alex is also old, like in that sense of like, he doesn't know the new thing. Like you were saying earlier, like he thinks everybody's the same person. It's like, all these people all sound the same. So he's kind of like, you know, in that category now of like, he's the old dog, right? And I think that he needed to also give that level of respect to Owen, because he's the next guy coming up. And it would have been maybe pretty good if Owen took over for him down the line and when Alex wants to retire. I'm guessing
that was probably part of either what he thought or maybe even what was told to him.
Right.
Because when I was in that position, I had nowhere else to go in the company. And I was already, you know, next was like, there was no CMO of marketing, like chief marketing officer. I had 30 people working for me. And my boss was basically like, well, I can give you a ceremonial title if that's important. You know, I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about that. He's like, well, do you want more money? And I was like, well, sure. But to be totally honest, at that age, the amount of money I was making was like, it felt like I was never going to need another dime in my life. It was like 4 times a year, I'm getting a $50,000 bonus check on top of, you know, a 6-figure salary. So I'm like, I don't need more money. I want respect. And I want, you know, I want all my late hours to count. And it was always kind of carried it out for me, but I never paid attention. Like, I skipped all these stupid leadership meetings. I was like, dude, I could go to this gay leadership meeting where we could learn not to put our pigeons in eagle school or whatever the fuck was some new managerial buzzword. Or I could stay out here and I can make another, you know, 60 grand in profit today. And so I was so focused on that I never developed as a manager, and like, I didn't play the game. And I think that might have been what happened to Owen. Like, he wanted to do his own thing. He clearly had not outgrown Infowars, but he was never getting any, like, Infowars was not going to be putting him over.
Where do you go from there, right?
Right.
That's the thing. Like, you're kind of boxed in and into Infowars. Not that that's a bad thing, because Infowars is huge. It's just like, you know, maybe he did have ideas that he wanted to take in a certain direction, which he explained actually when he took out that stack of paper and he was like, I wanted to talk about this, you know, all this news. And we didn't do any of that because I didn't watch that show that he walked out on. But when he was saying that he, like, you know, that's what he wanted to cover.
I respect that.
Like, see, but that's where you can see the differences, right? You're like, oh, this is supposed to be my show. This is supposed to be my time slot. I want to talk about all this stuff, and you don't even let me in, and you know, walk in on the set and blah blah blah, and
which he did do, and he has done.
So that feels that if you're someone like Owen and you feel like you're owed that level of respect of not doing that, right? You're going to be like, well, what the hell? Like, why are you breathing down my shoulder? So I could see it, man. I could see the differences in opinion.
Now on the other side, so he put this really nice tweet out. People are like, Justin, Alex Jones provides comment. This isn't Justin. Oh, it was this morning. Okay. It was very nice. That's not what he said on his live stream today.
No.
Oh, really?
No. Like, his
owners wanted to go really quickly.
So was the live stream after this post?
Yes, this is why I'm confused.
I guess he was like, oh, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to take the high road. But then he goes on his live stream and then he buried
him. He buried him. He was like, I'll show the part because like he goes, Owen has wanted to go for a while. He told me he was quitting yesterday. He told me if I needed him another week, he would do it. It's that simple. I built Infowars, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it's just, you know, I wish Owen all the best. This is where it should have stopped.
I agree.
Alex.
Yes.
Right.
That like, and I love Alex.
He should have reiterated that same message on his show. Like, I'm gonna wish him the best. I'm gonna promote him wherever he goes. Blah blah blah. And maybe, yeah, he was right. Maybe we should have done this on the show. And you know, I'll bring him back so we can kind of say goodbye.
I even put that in my tweet. I was like, come on, guys. Like, the viewers kind of deserve it. Like one day when I fire Melanie, and it could be any day now, like, I would definitely want her to be able to like have a last day on the show. And, you know, it's not about me or her. It's about, you know, the viewers and, you know, where they, you know, they want to know where they can find her. They want to know where, you know, that kind of stuff. So if I go, let me go here and so then basically I tweet out, come on, fellas. I channel my Nina. I was like, hey guys, I just really think that you should, you know, get over, basically, come on guys, like do the farewell thing. Yeah, right. I tried to be a little more like, but then he goes and he says this. Hold on a second.
The fish out and eat it. There's never been a fish or.
Hold on.
Oh, I actually didn't see this part. I saw the one with the two guys where he tells them go fuck himself.
I got that too. No, this is.
There's more.
Yeah, he buries him.
I didn't see this part. Okay, let's listen to this because
and it does make Owen look bad. Like it does. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh no. It'll be all right.
It's Twitter.
Like,
Twitter does that.
Yeah.
And you pull up the parking lot, just get out and just look at me like.
Wait, I wanted to go. Oh, here's the best. Yeah, here. That was a great Alex.
Is $80,000 increase in 3 different raises? Is that a $80,000 on top of what you're getting paid?
Ooh.
Tell people what you are paid.
That does not look good for Owen. Yeah.
That's like when he mentioned the money thing. I was like, oh, that's gonna piss off Alex because that usually happens. You know.
Yeah, and quite honestly, just like when a girl says it's not you, it's me. If somebody says it's not the money,
it's the money.
It's the money.
Well, and it was funny too the way he said it, and because he was like, you know, I'm bringing up the money, but it's not about the money. It's not about the money, but the money, but the money.
Right. Guys, the money though.
Come on, bro.
The cost of living's tripled, but it's not about the money. It's like no. And again, Owen, just so we're saying, like, I mean, I would have preferred. I know what he did, and I respect the grift, but Alex, this doesn't make Owen look great. But you know,
well, some people are saying it's kayfabe. Jeremy, do you think like maybe there's some truth to that? Like maybe they're kind of playing off each other?
No shot. No shot. Alex is pissed.
Yeah.
He looks pissed.
Yeah. And he says some irredeemable things here. Like there's not a lot of going back. Yeah.
Let's listen. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Telling people, how about telling people about the bonuses or the Hellcat I gave you just as a friend? Here, have my Hellcat. It was worth about $60,000 when I gave it to you. It was $85,000 when I bought it.
Wait, what's a Hellcat?
It's a Dodge Challenger. It's a car.
Oh, okay.
Both of you.
Is that a gun?
Yeah. So like this makes him look bad. Like.
Oh yeah. Tell me, Owen, about how bad I am again. So, if somebody will lie about people he said was his friend for 10 years like that, and so nakedly, that's a really nice person. And so let me tell you what happened here.
You guys hear okay?
The news is coming out. Owen.
Yeah, come on, Twitter.
Last Thursday, I'm all stressed out. My dad's had open heart surgery. It went well. I'm driving back up to Temple to see him.
Yeah, he's posted a picture online.
Driving back and forth. Yeah, came down on Thursday to do the show in the morning. Drove up here at like 5 a.m. Do my show, get in the car, leave. And Kyle Seraphin starts texting me saying, hey, I just got sued by Cash Patel's girlfriend. Plus, we found a secret J6 database to secretly persecute people and this and that. I go, well, that's huge. I said, well, can you go on Owen's show if you've got a slot? And he said, yeah. When? He said 4:30. So I call up Rob Agueros, who's the producer at that time. And I say, hey, see if Owen wants him on, has got a slot. He can come on anytime after 4:30.
By the way, I get why Owen doesn't like Alex booking people on his show. I wouldn't like it.
Right.
Like if Rumble called me and was like,
That's
yo,
true.
you got to put this guy on your show. And and by the way, when like, maybe Alex doesn't get this, but when your boss says, hey, could you host this guy on your show? What he's really saying is host this guy on your show.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like, he's like, well, I thought maybe it'd be okay. Bullshit, Alex. Come on, dog. Yeah. When you tell him to do it, he has to do it.
Well, hold on. And also, doesn't the timeline fit into, because from what I understand, he walked out Wednesday and then this happened.
Yeah.
So, because he said he took some time off. So if that happened, right, and you have a kind of like a dramatic thing that happens, and then you come in right away wanting to micromanage the guy, like, I mean, that's not handling it the way I think.
Yeah,
Clearly there's a grievance already, right?
Yeah, maybe he wanted him to quit. You know, maybe he was like, I'm just going to keep needling him until he quits. Then I don't have to pay him unemployment.
And then Rob calls back and he says, well, what's the topics? And I said, well, just call Seraphin. And I said, I'll send a voice memo to Owen. So Owen, during
I
the
save
break,
all my Alex Jones voice memos too.
I'm leaving. And says I'm controlling his show in a newsroom saying, hey, this is a big thing. I can't do it because, I stay up here at night and do reports. I'd have done it. Here's this thing. We're a team. And that's been like that ever since he was here and before he was here. I mean, the guys are in there grabbing articles and videos and all, when Owen's show's about to start, I
think Alex is wearing a nice Rolex Kermit there, I think.
This is pretty big.
Or a Hulk.
That's what goes
Maybe
on
a Hulk,
in newspapers and TV stations and radio stations.
Oh, yeah.
It's like having a pigskin in a football game, or a baseball in a baseball game, or lights for a nighttime game, or hot dogs and Coca-Cola being sold. But see, in the world of victimhood,
Alex,
in the world of victimhood,
classic Alex,
that is like absolute total censorship to give people information. But that's how he's then vague. He was standing over me. Actually, if we did our job better, I would be doing that every day, not bringing him something once a week. Hey, in here on the computer, I just grabbed it off Fox, off the satellite. Hey, we have raw feeds too off satellites. Hey, look at this raw feed. Come get this.
I don't know what that's
so bad. That's bad, isn't it? Like, I'm running around at big TV screens with satellite feeds and saying, look at this, look at that. I mean, that is just horrible. I sit in the coffee room that's got satellite feeds and eat my lunch at 3:00.
This is what we're seeing here is the root of the disagreement.
Right.
Alex thinks he's just
apologize right now.
Hey, this is what you can see the way he's being a dick. He's like, well, I was just trying to make the show better, and this asshole didn't want the show to be like. You can see the root of their.
He's doubling down too. He's like, well, it would have been better if I did it all the time. I should be micromanaging him all the time. And it's like, that's his grievance, is that you're doing it too much.
I feel like I'm listening into like divorce bickering.
Yeah,
like
a breakup. Definitely a breakup, Melanie, for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Nasty evil. Okay. Being a news hound. I mean, I want to apologize actually to Owen for that. But that's the type of sophistry where you go, oh, he would hang over me. He would try to control the show. He would whatever. Total lie. And then as all the articles come out and Jones.
He didn't like the censorship stuff either.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I understand
criticism and Israel.
That that could negatively affect Alex Jones' show. Like if he was actually censoring him, I mean, and that's the whole point. One of the big points of the Alex Jones show is like, exposing what's going on in the world. And they don't want you to know, the elites don't want you to know about this and this, that, and the other. So to be told that he's censoring people on his show would have a huge negative effect on his viewership and his reputation.
Yeah, that's true. And look, people have said that Jones does go a little softer on a particular nation.
He does.
And Owen goes hard on a particular nation. And if you read the replies to a lot of these tweets, you see that
I didn't know. I thought it was opposite. I thought he was going hard on Israel.
No.
Really? Because I I don't
That's
know.
what
All
I'm
I know is
saying, like,
whenever
'cause
all
if-
that was going
That's
on.
what I'm saying, Melanie. Like, if you've watched Alex Jones enough, you can understand when Alex Jones like really wants to tell you something, he's gonna tell you something, right? And when he doesn't want to talk about something, he'll just kind of dance around it, and he'll like let other people kind of cover it and blah blah.
Go
blah.
back and watch his episode when he had Kanye on.
I do remember that episode. I saw
He's like,
but I do. Well, yeah, because Kanye was,
Kanye was saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, but I just know during the actual, like, the war with Iran and Israel and all that kind of stuff, I felt like Alex Jones was tweeting a lot of anti-Israel stuff.
Well, he started to later, like he started because he started reading The Room, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then, of course, Owen is out there saying certain things, and he's obviously seeing the responses to Owen. So he's like, "Okay, I got to step up my game." It was clear that he did.
He might have felt a little outshined or a little bit.
Whatever lane he's in, he needs to stick to it, because I just know, because otherwise he's going to make both sides upset. And as somebody who I've supported Israel, and I see him saying all this stuff, I was like, oh, I disagree with him on that. And so if he's also making the anti-Israel people mad, then he seems like he's making both of us mad.
Yeah.
That's not a good place to be.
No, it's not.
Well, it's just like when they tell you never apologize to SJWs, because it doesn't matter. Like you're better off doubling down than trying to appease anybody.
Right.
Which they're both doing right now.
So
yeah.
You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth, or you're gonna have issues.
Yeah. I don't think Alex's support for it I think Alex's take on Israel was not so much as support for Israel as it was support for President Trump.
Agreed.
But that's not how it was seen.
But I don't understand, because he tweeted that President Trump and George W. Bush.
He did after he got shredded. He was getting shredded for weeks.
Yeah. And also, like, it was starting to look that way at the time. And then, obviously everything kind of took a step back and changed, because everything was like happening in real time at that point. Right. So like his comparison at that moment made sense, and then 12 hours later, not so much, right? Because it was very rapid moving news cycle.
I have a hard time keeping up with what some of these people
I'll sleep less, play less Diablo 4, Melanie.
I guess so, because I'm like, well, I thought he was anti-Israel and anti-Trump, and
Nina and I are all over it. You have to know life.
Too much Diablo 4, I guess.
Yeah, we're not talking about this for the whole show. We've got that voice actor thing, which is pretty hilarious. There was a voice actor that said only Asians should play Asian roles. He, of course, got hired to play a white guy and completely flip-flopped.
I did not hear about this.
Oh my God, it was so good. Melanie, are you on that?
I did see a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Because then the cartoon got killed. Because they're like, why are you hiring an Asian man to play a white character? That's racist. Like, it's so good. Of course, he left Twitter then too. Yeah.
Wait, so I heard though in the chat that Alex called Owen demonic. Is that true?
Yes, it's coming to that. Like, he heats up now.
What?
Yeah. He starts to get worked up, and he says some things that he can't take back. I think both guys in this situation, like many arguments, think they're 100% right.
Of course. Yeah.
He's going to say, I didn't really exactly say that. No, you couched each statement perfectly thought out, and looking down at your notes to be able to lie about us and try to hurt this organization for your benefit so you can be a hero. You are a snake. You are a rat. You are a fraud.
Yeah.
You are a backstabber. You are a handbiter. You are a disgrace.
Yeah. That bridge is burnt.
And let me say something else about you.
And he is pissed. You could, like, I think he's
even
very
before
upset.
He went to prison for 4 months.
Oh, go ahead.
And we did the crowd.
I'm a little confused, because why is there such a discrepancy then in the tweet versus what he's saying here?
Because he saw Owen's video, I think.
But he
tweeted that at 7 a.m.
He had you don't think he had seen it before, like when he tweeted that thing?
Well, if it was you or me, he saw it live. If it's Melanie, she's catching up the next day or two later. But I mean, he probably tuned in live. I would have.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think maybe he saw the tide was turning against him.
Because he did say, he mentioned somewhere, I think it was the other clip with the two guys. He said, I started watching it, but then I heard what he was saying and it broke my heart, so I shut it down. So
yeah.
Maybe he watched some of it and he didn't maybe he just went and thought about it. Like at first he was like, oh, I'm just gonna let bygones be bygones, and then maybe he went and slept on it. He was like, no, fuck this dude.
Yeah, which is like a very common thing.
Yeah,
it happens to all of us.
Yeah,
it happens to me like a lot.
Yeah,
but I'm like, it's not that big a deal. Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I gotta piss, but that fucking guy saved that tree.
Crowdfunding, raised, fought everything for him all.
They did raise a lot of money for his legal defense that he conveniently left out. He conveniently left out his bonuses. Now, were his bonuses $500 or were they $100,000? I don't know.
Who knows?
He conveniently left out a $60,000 car that Alex Jones gave him. He conveniently that's a lot of money. Yeah. I mean, so
he stopped talking to the crew very much and didn't have a good attitude, was pissed off all the time. And then it got to where he'd show up right before the show, wouldn't even talk to the crew. He'd walk by me and say something like, just sort of laughing at me. Like, again, I'm not in junior high, so it didn't hurt me at that level. It hurt me that he was just like, yeah, I heard you. Yes. Oh, and we can go further. When the Onion, backed by Bloomberg,
it's like real things he's remembering all the times he's been wronged in real time.
Auction and got caught in all of that back in November, on November 13th.
This doesn't look good either for him.
We're not leaving. This is a fraud. I'm filing emergency motion. The judge found it to be a fraud. Got a 2-day hearing on all that. Owen just left and just called the producer and said, I'm done. I quit. Even though we have a backup studio, I told everybody, hey, it's going to be fine. We have new backers, all this stuff, we get shut down. He's like, I'm gone. Starts announcing, is this the time?
I mean, that doesn't look good.
Funding
That's
all this
crazy.
Stuff. And then we're back the next day, and Owen just shows back up and does his show. And walks in and just looks at me with hatred and slinks.
Oh, come on. There it is.
He really wanted me to fire him so he could be a victim. And I just a few of the producers, I said he wants to be a victim.
Over there?
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to have love and say prayers for him that he gets better. I'll be really nice to him, give him extra bonuses. Maybe he'll pull out of it. I tried to talk to him. He's never wanted to talk to me. And I said, but I don't
believe that.
In the back.
I believe they did have a good relationship. Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know if it's his personal life. I don't know if it's stuff he's smoking.
Oh, yeah. He accuses him of being a drug addict, too.
I've seen a lot of people get paranoid.
Oh, no.
They smoke pot and go nuts. But, I mean, I can just tell you this right now.
Recreational marijuana use does not make people go nuts. Okay. Let me just say that.
Unless there's bad.
That's kind of a low blow.
Yeah. No.
And that's kind of a low blow. He'd be like, well, I mean, if he's on drugs.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think, man, the dude needs to step away and gain his composure again. This is not a good look. I think I don't know what Owen said in his video and all of that, and I can understand why he's upset, but he really needed to stick to his guns with taking that high road.
I think
if there's anything he needed to defend himself on and say, you know what, he said that I was censoring him, that's absolutely not true, or he said I didn't give him a raise, that's not true, but I still wish him the best. I feel bad that that this had to end the way it did, but I still wish him the best. That should have been, but this whole ruminating and
drama.
And this and making it feel like a breakup, it's not a good look at all.
Yeah, I like them both. Alex, I think that's right. Should have been obviously Owen and I disagree. I would suggest topics for him. I never took anything off the table. I never told him not to say something. That's nonsense. And even if you wanted to be a real receipt puller, here's his pay stub. Here's the bonuses I gave him. Here's the car I gave him. Here's the wardrobe I used to pay for him. Here's this, and blow that out of the water. I wouldn't have cared. But now it's alley boy. I DM'd him. I'm like, Alex, come on, man. He's live right now, so he's not gonna see it. But I suspect I'll get a Jeremy. I don't know, man. I'll get a voice.
He'll call you salty. Salty. I don't know.
You're salty. Yeah. Maybe I'll come on Neurotic with you later, and we'll discuss it. Yeah.
I'm not here to be shit on or stabbed in the back. This crew isn't your punching bag. and we did nothing to you but be loyal. And your little 5-hour extravaganza of little puppy dog.
I will say
he
that
watched
too.
the whole thing. He watched the whole thing. Now I'm convinced.
But also 5 hours, Jeremy, because I went like.
Well, that's super chat farming, right? I would have been like,
exactly, because when I saw the clip, like, because I saw the clip before the live stream, and I was like, oh, I gotta go find out what happened in this, right? Because it was big news. So I started watching it, and then like basically it was like maybe an hour of actual real content, and then after that, it was just like 5 hours, like 4 hours of cope, and just like doubling down on what he was saying and just reading he did like call-ins. I was like,
I know, it was weird.
What is this?
Call-ins?
Yeah, he was definitely just as long as the super chats are coming in. Again, exactly what I would have done.
But he's raising money. To be fair, he's raising money for his new network, which is like it's kind of a big deal. Like what he's trying to branch out to. Because Melanie, Owen announced that he wants to do like a new news network. And like actually report the news, which I actually think is a good idea. He's right. We don't have passionate about that. Yeah. And like, everybody, like the news thing is actually kind of true. I agree with Owen. Like there's nobody that's actually kind of just reporting the news without giving opinions, including us here. Like we are all commentary channels. So I think there's definitely room for that kind of show to just give the news. It's a cool idea. So he has to raise money for it now.
Yeah.
But it was
now
funny
he's out. He's
like,
in.
Yeah, he was mentioning though, he's like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get my paycheck from Infowars, my last paycheck.
I know.
I was like,
come on, dude.
Like, why would you say that? Like, that's egging Alex on. Like, you shouldn't do stuff like that when you're quitting a job.
You should.
Yeah, by the way, if 10 people super chat $5 or more on YouTube, Nina will cut her hair into an emo blade. She agreed on that.
Emo bangs.
That's a low price. You might be able to do it. Yeah.
I think you just pull off the curly emo bang.
Or you could do the thing where you just have.
It's got to be like all.
Yeah, there it is. She's showing you. Yeah.
I see.
You can see very little forehead. Yes, there we go. That's just a preview, guys. That's just a preview. I also had the haircut. It was real popular with guys because that one vampire in Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie had that where you had your hair parted down the middle. But then you would take a lock from each side and like put it down.
Oh, and then have like the downward fangs. Yeah, the fang hair.
Yeah, I definitely rocked that. I remember like my dad hated it. He would just be like grab my forehead and push it back like when I was going out the door.
That's funny.
Doesn't know why, and he just wanted to come back and shake my hand and be nice, and then I kind of censored him and said, no, you don't need to host your show. You want to hear what he said in the phone call to me? I didn't record it. I was in the pool with my 8-year-old daughter.
This is messy.
Yeah.
Playing with the Barbie dolls.
Just drop the DMs, Alex, already.
A rare day, I actually only came in and worked the office about 4 hours. So I go back. She's literally calling me. Daddy, you're supposed to be home. You said be home at 10. I want to play in the yard. So I'm sitting there about 4 o'clock, bobbing around. And I get a text message. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Hey, I'll see you at 10 a.m.
I appreciate the sound effects.
Remember, I said, hey, what's wrong? And he's like, Monday. I mean, because he's the commander. And so I sent him a few texts later. I said, hey, can we talk now? Ignores me. So Monday rolls around. Bzz, talk 10 a.m. tomorrow. I got the text right here. And I'm like, that's kind of late, maybe 9:30, whichever. I said, how about we just talk right now? Because I go, it's pretty clear you're about to quit. He goes, you really want to do this right now? I said, yeah. So he calls up.
The way he's telling the story is really different than the way Owen told the story.
The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows.
Right.
Alex is he's editorializing this bigly.
Yeah.
So like, again,
this is definitely a breakup because the truth definitely falls somewhere in the middle, and they're both very jaded people right now, and they're just talking shit.
Yeah,
a pimp,
and it's in Owen's best interest to keep it going. By the way,
because he needs that money.
It's a great way to raise money. Yeah,
and I am a crack whore. He's like, here's how it's gonna be. I'm leaving.
Classic.
And blah blah blah. Well, what's the problem? What's the thing? Well, what we do? I mean, I don't understand. He's like, well, it's just gone on too long and whatever. But I'll tell you this, if you're really desperate, You can pay me more money. But I'll tell you this, I'm going to promote my new show on Infowars. And I went, which again, I'm not even against.
That's an unreasonable demand, by the way. Like, I'm going to use your platform to grow my other channel. Like,
yeah, that's not cool.
It's something that I promote. Like, in about 4 minutes, I'm going to tell you both to promote your channels. But like, it's not a reasonable demand. Like, if Melanie was like, I'm going to take a salary, plus I want you to promote my shit, I'd be like, well, you can have one or the other.
Well, especially if you're doing a rival show. Because it's like, if you're not, you know, if you're just doing a random show, like my Good News show is like, whatever, right? Like for you, it's not really a rival show. But,
yeah.
You know, but like if he's doing like a rival conspiracy theory show with like, you know, reporting the news and all that, it's like, let me promote that on.
Yeah, let me promote that. Extract. Nah, dude.
Yeah.
This is why, like, and by the way, a lot of people don't know this because a lot of people haven't been. Well, I guess a lot of people probably have been fired, but like, this is not an unreasonable policy. Where Owen was like, I want to come back for a week after you already quit. Nope.
No.
Everybody, even when I was back in the corporate world, everybody that put their 2 weeks notice in, the first thing I would do is I would email security, give me a box,
revoked.
give me your shit, give me your key. I will still pay you for the next 2 weeks, but you got to go. Like, you can't have a cancer in the office. You can't have them access to your client list. You can't have, you know, and there's like many times where people were like, what? But I need that. I was like, what are you talking about? Get the fuck out. You just quit. Like,
you quit.
I already talked to HR. They got your last check. I wish you the best, but you can't, it's not even like a mean thing. It's just like, I can't have you in here with your feet up for 2 weeks. Yeah. Or just being a cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like everyone else is working around you and you're just like, you know, coming in late, slacking. Yeah. No, that ain't going to happen.
Against him having a show. If he was nice, I was just like, it was just kind of like, I was like, well, I said, you know, in the bankruptcy stuff, I can't really give you a raise. But I said, that's okay, Owen. He goes, well, you know what?
I don't believe that either, by the way. I'm sure he could have given him a raise. We don't know what his salary is. Maybe he felt like he was already paying him enough, and maybe he was paying him enough. I don't know what he was making.
You know, as a favor for you, I'll come in and do a week. And I'm like, no, that's okay, Owen. I'm not. That's fine. I wish you well. And I hung up and literally got a tear in my eye because he was talking to me.
Oh, come on, Alex.
Just like Patrick Bateman or something.
I got a tear in my eye.
Yeah.
So I go back, get in the pool, and, you know, keep playing. Or maybe it was even earlier than 4. That's right.
I got it back in the pool and kept playing.
Yeah.
So then he
with Barbie dolls
races out.
Yeah.
Goes on air.
That's an image.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I'm just leaving because, you know I can't talk about Trump, and, you know, I know it hurts Jones's access, and, you know, he really, you know, all innuendo. He didn't have the guts to just tell the pure lie that I told him to do stuff, which I didn't. And a bunch of other stuff. I haven't even watched half of it. It's just so painful to watch.
I disagree. I think you watched the whole thing.
They're manipulating and wriggling around like a snake, trying to make it as bad as he can, but skate the edge so he can say, I never did that, because he got the whole crew knows it's not true. He's got the other hosts that know it's not true. So he wants to pull a David Knight. I mean, Harrison Smith says whatever he wants. I walked this morning. I said, have I ever told you not to say something? He goes, no, it's actually, I'm surprised you haven't. I'm kind of out of control. I go, no, but I like you're a good guy. Just say whatever you want. So
I don't know.
All the producers.
I don't know if it's necessarily that he told him not to say something. I think it's more like, I know you're saying a lot, but you may want to tone it down and, like, you know, be a little bit more mindful of what you're saying. Like that, kind of like, I think that
sometimes
was
it's not what you say, but how you say it, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And I know that that's a lesson Alex has learned throughout his years of being very extra.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like, you know, you might want to listen to, you know, my warning because of, you know, what I've been through.
Well, Owen revealed, he said he was getting sued too over something in that live stream.
Okay.
Oh.
So like maybe Alex was like, see, like,
right. And I think that's where it lies. Right. And I think that Owen may have taken that a little bit differently. Like, oh, he wants me to tone it down on Trump because, he doesn't want me to talk about Trump. Like, and I don't think that that's exactly the case. I think it's like, well, like, read the room, bro. It is a Trump administration right now. So, and like Infowars has been fucked with a lot. So I don't know if they want to like pick another battle where, like if you can't dig up, Yeah.
Well, I've said on air, I think Owen's too black-pilled as an example, and that we all should be more positive. That's my opinion. It's not an attack. It's a discussion. So
Owen is pretty black.
He then runs on air and is like, I just
that
wanted
can
to come
get
back
old
for
after a while. All the black pill
shake his hand.
Blackpilling does generate views, and that's why, I'm not saying that's why Owen does it. I don't know, but blackpilling does generate a ton of views, and that's why a lot of people go with that angle. But it's not productive at all, and it's not productive.
Well, it's very cowardly, right? Nothing I do can change anything, and I have no responsibility, and we just lose no matter what. Like, at least you could turn to God and be like, well, we should pray about this, because I don't think that there's always like some out you could have instead of counseling. And again, I like Owen, and I still think the blame is 50-50 here. I am sure that he wanted a bigger part of the piece of the puzzle. He wanted to be a bit, and whatever, maybe he was told, well, just after we get past this thing or that thing, you're going to get this, or you're going to get that. And it never happened. And, he finally quit. The stuff about Owen stomping around the office, I don't know how true that is. That could be Alex's, like,
he could be retroactively remembering.
Yes. Yeah, he's retroactively applying this now.
Is that now? Like, I remember when he looked at me funny. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't like you're right.
You hated him so bad, you gave him an $80,000 car. Like,
right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, this is very woman coded. A lot of this.
It is. It really is.
A lot of female energy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let me tell you how it is. I mean, literally, no, it's all over. You can't get me back. I tell you though, if you're really desperate, and he said that, and I went, excuse me?
It seems unlikely that he would say that.
Well, I mean, if you want to do something really desperate, and he was really getting off on it, and I'm like, well, this is an evil son of a bitch, man. Wow, I had a snake around here. I had no idea. And I literally started getting the tears in my eyes, because he was burning down like an old house. It burns up in like 2 minutes. He's burning down. I'm just like, oh, and I got to go, man. And I literally stumbled in the pool, and I was just like, And I was like, I'm going to take the high road. I called the crew. I said, let's be nice. Let's be sweet. And then I stared seeing the clips. And
okay, so so the call happened. Then
all right.
Right.
And if I was anybody, I would turn my back on Owen Shroyer. So, I mean, he took Snake to the next level.
He feels jaded.
So, Owen Shroyer's dead to me. If he goes on air and repents to Jesus and apologizes for being demon possessed or whatever it is he is, then I will forgive him. But he thinks that.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
I want to keep that line in my back pocket to you.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Look, I'll accept your apology if you admit you were demon possessed.
Project himself and launch his own show when he cut and run and didn't even call me or didn't even say.
That's probably enough of that. There will be no reconciliation here. These guys are both really pissed.
It doesn't seem like it. Not for a while.
I had hoped. By the way, if you're just tuning in, our guest host today is Nina Infinity. You can find her both on YouTube and on Rumble. Mods, if you could put her chat, her link in the description. We've got almost 20,000 people watching on Rumble. Go follow her channel. Turn notifications on. She live streams twice a week, and just, she's a great change of pace, and just a good egg. So go subscribe to, I think it's rumble.com/C as in Charlie/Nina Infinity. I'll put it in chat too. And Melanie, why don't you let the people know where they can find your content?
All right, you guys can find me if you want some good white pill Jesus talk, Bible time with Melanie Mack. I've got Bible verses of the day every day, and then I've got topics that can hopefully encourage you through whatever it is you're whatever's going on in your life at that time. So I have that, and then I have my gaming streams at Melanie Mack on YouTube, or you can just search Melanie Mac Gaming Streams. I've just started Resident Evil 4 Remake last night, and I'm going to be playing that again tonight. So I'd love to see y'all there.
Shout out. Well, yeah, go follow her. And she, tune into her live stream. She's Wednesday nights. Right? Or did you move again? Wednesday nights?
Mine's Wednesday
Melanie.
nights.
Nina's Wednesday nights.
We're both Wednesday nights.
No, I'm streaming almost every weeknight now.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, both of you fucking bitches stay out of my time slots. JR says, I like Owens, but I think Jones deserved more respect considering he built a platform for Owen to become who he is and his team, who he is, team Alex Jones completely. I'm not going to pick a side. I think both of these guys are going to regret some of the shit they said.
Right.
Agreed.
And like in a week, it'll be fine. I wish Owen the best. You know, when he's ready, I'll have him on. He could promote his stuff on my show. 100%. He's been on the show. Same thing with Alex. He's been on the show. I think this is a little female energy here. They're both going to get over it tomorrow. Yeah. NJ Mitch says, the Rumble Premium code isn't working for me. Does it only work if you're a new subscriber, not a renewal? I don't know. Maybe sign up from the link. Try the link in the description and sign up. Here's a topic that, I like to bring up topics when I have the ladies on. This one, Melanie Mac sent to me and said, see, this is what I mean. This is why women deserve less. And I was like,
oh my God.
I see. So this study came out, it was back this summer, and I kind of saw it like floating around the internet. And so I kind of had it in my back pocket. I try to save, certain topics for Astrocast because, it's good to get a lady's perspective instead of just being like, stating as a man factually that women deserve less. But there's this article that came out. A third of women only date men because of free food. And I thought that can't be true.
Is that like a new thing? Because
that's why
it was so expensive now.
I don't understand how just the emotional investment or the social investment would be worth it.
The girls call it a foodie call.
A foodie call.
Wow. What?
That's hilarious.
A new study published by the Society for Personality and Social Psychology journal found that a quarter to a third % of heterosexual women have gone on a date with a guy they weren't interested in just for the free meal. That seems like,
I'd rather starve.
Well, you know what? You can tell that those chicks aren't feminists, though, because
that's true.
In feminism, you have to get, you have to pay for your own meal. But
yeah,
that's true.
They said 2 studies first conducted with 820 women, so it wasn't a small sample size. And the second with 327, so over 1,000 total. Asked participants if they ever engaged in a plate for play. 23% of women copped to it in the first study, 33% in the second. The researchers don't care. Also noted that women who felt dating for food was socially acceptable were more likely to inhibit the dark triad of personality traits. I'm not surprised to hear that. If you're unaware with the dark triad,
what does that mean?
It's psychopathy, Machiavellianism, and narcissism.
No.
These are like the dark triad is like serial killer traits. And
or Amber Heard, either way.
Amber Heard, definitely dark triad. Yeah, definitely. In addition to egotism, with a side of truffled mashed potatoes to go, they said foodie callers are more likely to engage in one-night stands, faking orgasms, or sending unsolicited sexual pictures.
Okay, so it's just
orgasms.
Like so it's basically prostitution. Okay, they're going to prostitute themselves for a meal. Got it.
Well, I think if they're hot take, sorry girls, if they're sleeping with a guy for the meal, I'm calling that even.
That's definitely prostitution.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it isn't.
I think both are wrong. Both are.
I'm not saying it's right.
It's
girls,
degenerate.
Girls, stop yelling at me. I'm not saying it's right or I agree with it, but I would be willing to bet that a large percentage of men would be like, meh. But I don't think that these two things are related. I think it's that these women were more likely to have one-night stands. I think if they're having dinner with a man they're not attracted to, they're probably not sleeping with him.
Right, you know, maybe. I don't know, but that's hard to say.
I guess that if they get dessert or not, that's probably.
I guess so, but yeah, this has just shown a lot of just how terrible dating culture is right now. It is very transactional. Crazy. Yeah, it's very transactional in the fact that, okay, well, these women want free food in this case. I guess this is why a lot of women don't accept coffee dates, which I think is wild, because to me
that's the best date, talking and it's cheap, you know.
If I'm gonna go on a first date with somebody, I don't want to be it's too high pressure to have a whole meal with somebody on a first date. You don't even know if you're gonna like each other, if you're gonna click. I think a coffee date makes sense because it's just very, you know, low commitment, casual, like, okay, have a coffee, just
feel each other out.
Yeah. And then if you like each other, you're connecting, then you can actually sit down to a meal and
schedule the coffee date for like 2:30. If it's going good around 3:30, be like, you want to go get dinner?
Yes, exactly.
Like you could just lead right into it, you know. I remember reading an article about like how women are turning down coffee dates, and I'm like, well, as a man who's now, obviously people have found out about my secret divorce 2 years ago, but when I'm not with Melanie's mom, if a girl told me
the lore, we've got a lot of internet lore here.
Yeah, you gotta just go with it. You just gotta go with it.
Okay. I'm here.
If some girl told me like, I don't do coffee dates, I'd be like, well, I don't do bitches. Like I would be like, I don't. That seems so crazy to me. I grew up on the coffee date. I got a lot of under the shirt, over the bra action after the coffee shop. Like that's what you did.
I mean, it was so prevalent that they put it in Grand Theft Auto. Remember when you went out for coffee? It was a whole thing. Yeah. But you know, I gotta say, I think this is way more to do with the economy than anything else.
Well, that's what it says in the end. It said Balsinger told the Post 2 years ago, if I had been forced to pay, I probably wouldn't have been able to eat for weeks afterward. I mean,
it's weird because I actually saw this article the other day. Now, mind you, this has been happening for a long time in Canada, but they're saying like how, you know, like the Canadian officials are cracking down on like sex for rent.
Oh, sex for rent. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's actually a thing that's been going on for a long time in Canada. Of course. Like it's not new. Yeah. But like it does happen, and like now, and like I mean, rent is crazy in Canada. Like it's insane how expensive it is.
The sex better be incredible then, because if you're like, if the rent's $2,000 a month and you're choosing sex instead of $2,000, right? Like, it better be. First of all, it better be more than once.
I was going to say there has to be a frequency. Like I mean, they can't be like
at least
one
weekly.
Time. Yeah.
You give her that week off, you know, and maybe 3 times a month.
One in between.
You want to steer clear actually the week after. So maybe you just get, you know, well, I'm going to keep it not gross, but the sex for rent thing is crazy. And
that's why I'm saying I just think this has to do with more of like the economy than anything else. Like women are just like, okay, well, I mean, I have to live. And like, you know, how can I live, you know, and get fed? And I guess I can sell my body for that. And I think that's the signs of the time, man. Like it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Women shouldn't be doing that. This is why a lot of them are signing up for OnlyFans.
Yes, it's all related, right?
It's all related. And it's weird because they think they're going to sign up for OnlyFans and like earn thousands of dollars. So they don't have to do this. And then they do it anyway, and then they end up earning like $50 a month, and they're like, "Oh shit, maybe I need to go out for a coffee day, or like you know, get my rent paid by sleeping around." So I feel like this is just the signs of the times, Melanie.
It is. I know. It's just like economy. It's difficult. It's difficult to navigate, especially like housing and all of that right now. But it's just, it's sad to see people turning to these like prostitution methods. It's not good. It's not good for society either. It hurts everybody involved.
It does.
Well, it's
and the men too, because I mean, like, you know, the men that are going out for women with women to just buy them food. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's also sad.
Yeah.
I think that it's all related in that kind of like, it's the OnlyFansing of society where sex work has been not just people have been desensitized to it, but it has been praised. Sex work is real work.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 you know? And so these are the trade. This is the effect. People say, what's the effect OnlyFans has on society? Well, people have been doing porn forever. What are the other effects? Well, women are trading a steak dinner for sex.
Yeah.
Or their rent for sex. And they're not feeling shame about it.
Right.
Like I could see, you know, I think I've seen a few pornos like that back in my day. Like, oh, I don't have the rent, Mr. Schlockenford. Oh, well, you could pay it off in a different way. Like,
yeah, I called you like the plumber. Like I called you because I want my pipes fixed, but I don't have any money.
I don't have any money. Oops, my shirt fell off. Yeah, I'm sure it happens. Famously, it happened in Kingpin, which is there's a scene in that movie where Woody Harrelson has to sleep with this like disgusting woman because he can't afford the rent. But like
that's the opposite way. That's
the
hilarious.
Opposite. Yeah, but like the sex for rent stuff. These are the byproducts of society, not just stopping shaming, but uplifting prostitution. And it's like, and again, as I've always said, like the men engage in this. First of all, if you're a man and you're taking sex for rent, you're a loser. All right.
Yeah, man.
And it's borderline. I don't know if it would be, but like you're in a position of power.
Right.
And like it's not like, now if this girl was like, this is just, hey, I want to rent your apartment. And here's the deal I'm offering you. It's gross, but it's less like, oh, you're making some desperate person have sex with you. Like that you're a piece of shit. Like that's gross.
I mean, that's true.
I think this also falls onto men a little bit too, because of the like how much like fatherless homes is going on over here. Like, I mean, in this society in general, because in both cases for the men and the women, like it's the father's role to teach the men value of themselves as well as the women. Right.
Right.
They're teaching their daughters like you have more value than a meal or rent, and they're teaching oh damn, Jeremy.
Well, I mean, you set your own market value, right?
Right, but they're teaching their sons the same thing. Like you have to have more value for yourself. And,
women's just women are just a warm, wet hole. You just buy them dinner and they owe you this.
Mm-hmm.
It's
just like that is the most sacred thing that you can give somebody is your body, man or woman. And it's just like, at what point did people cheapen that to? I mean, I guess it's always been like that, but corrupted.
But now it's socially accepted. It used to be this thing you would like when I was in high school. We called whores and we made fun of them. And if our buddies hooked up with them, like. In secret, we would shame them for it.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, she's got an OnlyFans account. And on her 18th birthday, I can pay to see her nude. Like, side note, this country has a pedophile problem. Everyone comes at me and says, like, you're exaggerating it, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, that's why Lil Tay or whatever made like $9 million on her 18th birthday. That is a child. She's
so gross.
17 years and 366 years old, 366 days old.
Right.
The fact that many people were queued up to see her nude is disgusting.
Yep.
That side for it. My chat never really agrees with me on that. They're like, well, if she's 18. I'm like, yeah, but turn 40 and go look at an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, but also when she was 18, she's like, oh yeah, I filmed those things like the night.
The implication was
17.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like when she actually filmed the stuff. So
she filmed the stuff gross. Underage for sure. Yeah, and it's gross. Now my guess is most of the customers are Pajeets, but I can't prove that. But I have seen studies where like India, they fund a lot of OnlyFans stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would not have redeemed it. I always think like on a side note, like I don't know, fellas, like if I was at a beach and I saw I guess it all depends. I don't want to go down this road, but like That girl did not look like a woman to me. I'll put it that way.
No, she didn't.
You can throw exceptions.
That, like, I don't know what is that thing called where they kind of infantilize themselves more.
Yes, right. She played into that.
Yeah.
Like,
they do that thing, and it's really creepy and gross. Like I that's one of the things I really hate. Like one of those trends where the women are like, pretending to be all
daddy, I'm gonna play my career.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I actually because it's revolting.
Because what they're playing on. They're playing on the, I'm wearing a onesie pajama feeties and I have triple D boobs and I bought, it's weird and it's it's just weird. It's cringe. you could find some 18-year-old that I'd be like, oh damn, okay, she's hot. But like I'll see girls at the bar like who are just 21, like, give me a Michelob Ultra, it's my birthday. And I'm like, that's a baby. Like there's nothing attractive at all about that girl. And they're 21, not 18. But yes, if they had triple D's chat, I'd be in. Hey, you know who's hot? And I don't mind saying it, is Trump's granddaughter. She's gonna be like a supermodel.
Beautiful. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
I'm not saying like I want to sleep with her, chat. I'm saying like I see that girl, I'm like, she's gonna be fucking very hot. Like,
but she's also not doing that infantilizing thing.
She doesn't.
She's very conservatively dressed. Like she's very nice, very presentable looking. Like you can appreciate beauty. You don't have to be a fucking creep about it.
Yeah, I'm not buying her OnlyFans.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I'm not buying deep fakes of her. Like that's. So I had this other story I wanted to talk to you about because, you're both women of color and I like having a diverse cast here. Apparently, so Nina, you said you didn't see this story, which is fine because I didn't give you any notice on what we'd be talking about. There is a Asian voice actor. Basically, I wish I didn't have to say this, but it seems like basically every voice actor is a piece of shit. Like, I'm still not convinced.
It's a tough industry. The thing about it's very woke industry. And so you do have a lot of these like insufferable voice actors within it. And then you'll have some based voice actors who they can't be open about how based they are because they'll be canceled and they're not going to get any jobs. I have had voice actors that work for extremely mainstream popular anime and video games. I'm talking some of the most popular Game of the Year nominated video games that reach out to me and are like, hey, I appreciate you fighting the good fight and saying this stuff. I can't say it or I'll be out of a job, So there are some who kind of have to play the game or just have to be quiet. But then you've got, because most of the industry is extremely woke. It's insane. Right. Yeah.
Or they're like sex pests.
Or that.
There's not. Yeah. I'm not even totally convinced that we know the whole story about, the one guy. This guy who goes by the name, his name is Sungwon Cho, or ProZD. He has complained in the past about, he went to try out for this TV show and, they were only typecasting him as Asian and it wasn't fair, and that people should do the voice acting. Not, first of all, Asians should only do Asians, but he should also get roles for non-Asian roles.
Well, I have a massive problem with that because as a fan of like animation, I even dabbled into the wanting to go into voice acting for a long time. But then I realized the industry was complete and utter shit show, so I decided not to do it. But like
look what it did to Young. It destroyed his career.
Right. And that's what I did. I did my review for King of the Hill recently. And that was one of the things I had a major problem with the revival was like the voice casting of a couple of the Asian people that they made.
Not good.
Because it was like, it's like this new thing where you have to represent the color of the skin you're representing on screen, which I think is total and utter bullshit. But then in King of the Hill, they didn't recast the chick that does Bobby's voice because, technically he should have been a 21-year-old, man, white male.
So she couldn't do it anymore, probably.
right? Like if we're playing that game, it's like, where do you draw the line? Mind you, I love Bobby's voice in King of the Hill. Like I don't want her to be recast because
I thought Dale wasn't good. Dale wasn't good.
Great. But I mean, I think he did the best that he could, right? Like
maybe he was sick. He did pass away, right?
Yeah, he would, and he did the first 6 episodes. Johnny Hardwick actually did the first 6 episodes himself. He just wasn't as good as he was. Like,
and Bill wasn't that good either. I'd say.
But I think they were just kind of like getting back into the groove because as you can kind of see, like they kind of pick it up in the further episodes. But the 2 main ones that were a huge problem was Ted Wasana and Khan. And so they were they were awful because they just casted these people that look like them behind the scenes, but they didn't sound anything like the characters. And I think that's a huge issue in the voice acting industry right now. This whole idea, like we've gotten rid of the woke stuff. They need to get rid of this idea that a person has to represent what they look like on screen. It's ridiculous. It's a cartoon.
Well, I mean, Bart Simpson was voiced by a woman and no one cared.
Yeah,
it was just
exactly, and that's the beauty of voice acting is people's like it takes a whole different level of talent whenever you don't have their facial expressions to see, you don't have like all of that. They have to be able to pull off a character just based off of voice alone, and they have to be able to have range to do different types of characters and stuff. And that's the thing. And honestly, this whole thing that people have to be the same race is more racist because when you actually unpack what is the difference between humans of different races, at the end of the day, like we're all human, we're all made in the image of God. It doesn't matter what we look on the outside. There is no better than the other just because of a race. And so that's that's the wholesome way to look at it. But when it's like, so your voice shouldn't make a difference because, hey, I'm just as human as this person or that person.
Well, this is a woman playing a man right here.
Right.
This is, this looks
you
like
guys want to hear my Ralph Wiggum? I can do Ralph pretty well.
Yes, I do.
My doctor said I wouldn't have any more nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there.
That is pretty good.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
I can do it.
Yeah. These chicks all look like a murderer's row of people who have been like, who have never had consensual sex in their eyes, but like they are all like, they're all very SJW looking. But
especially that first one you pointed out, I was like, wait, is that a woman?
This one,
I can't even tell if that's a woman or not. But yeah, that's
one
how
of
the
them's
voice
gonna
acting industry has gotten. This is what has happened with the gaming industry and all of that stuff too. And that's one reason why we're seeing such a huge downfall in like video games and entertainment in general, because they hired all of these crazy activists and stuff, and they pushed out people with talent based on whatever, because they demonized them, called them bigots, this, that, and the other, for just not aligning exactly with whatever their activism was promoting.
Well, the thing with this, like, it would have been fine if this guy hadn't. I was trying to find his old post. He had made a lengthy post about how it was unfair, blah, blah, blah. He should get the Asian roles plus other roles. So he's getting what he deserves here.
It backfired on him because here's the thing is whenever you start saying, oh, this person shouldn't be allowed to play this character because they're a different race than this character, well, and you're a voice actor, then now you've just pigeonholed yourself to have to play only that. And the double standard gets exposed in this situation. So he really, and this is exactly what he asked for, and his double standard got exposed to everybody.
Here's some of the top comments. Yeah, by the way, the announcement got 3,000 likes, just so people get an idea. Let's see. Why is Ching Cho voicing a non-Asian character? 4,000 likes. Why are there Asians playing white people? That's racist. 5,000 likes. Pro ZD, you're not white, so you shouldn't play a white character. Stay in your lane. You wanted things like this way.
This is what people like this ask for. Yep, they asked for it, and now they see it happening. It's like, oh, wait a minute. It just shows that the way that things were before was the least racist way. Hey, we're going to hire people based on their voice, and that's it.
And you can thank you can thank people like Hank Ariza for it. Like, I'm a huge fan, but fuck
he closed
that
the door
dude,
behind
man.
him too.
Yeah, exactly. Like fuck that dude and what he did. I mean, I had a huge respect for him as a voice actor for a long time because I'm a huge fan of The Simpsons, as you can tell. And like he was like instrumental in the early seasons of The Simpsons with Apu and everything. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, like we gotta do this whole cringe bullshit. And they all jumped on.
He was fine cashing the check for 25 seasons.
Exactly.
Or
and
20 seasons. Yeah.
It's bullshit, man. It's what these people are doing. They're destroying the art is what they're doing. And it's actually bullshit. I hate it because I'm such a huge fan of animation, cartoons, everything, anime. You call it. I love that medium. And I think they wrecked it. They wrecked it with this.
Right.
Yeah. And this guy, I mean, I just love it. Like, I think he should step down from the show. Like, I'm dead serious when I say that. Because this is what he said. This is the standard that he set.
Or
and why is he taking jobs from white people? And of course, but by the way, this is what he ends up doing. Hey, y'all, this will be my last tweet on this platform. I'll no longer be using Twitter. So he goes right to the victimhood. If you look at the replies to my latest announcement, you'll see a lot of comments like this have been going around for years now. And while the normal procedure has been to block and move on, I truly don't think Twitter's worth it anymore. In the past, I've expressed that I think diversity in casting is important. That's not what he said. He said, yellows should play yellow, yellows should play whites, but whites shouldn't play yellows. Like, that's basically what he said.
Freaking stupid.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I still stand by this. I think it's important for all voice actors to be given equal opportunity. I think that's been positive change in that part. A lot of bad faith arguers have tried to paint me as saying things I've never said. I've been reluctant for years.
Well, share what you really said then. Let's see. That's what I want to know. What did he actually say? And
Aspen said he never believed this shit to begin with. Yeah, I'll find his he completely deserves all the hate, turned the industry toxic, and now the toxicity has turned on him. I love Aspen here. Let me pull it up because I saw it floating around. I think it was ProZD.
I do remember around the time. See, I followed this guy since before he got into big voice acting stuff. He just did YouTube videos because he actually had some funny videos about Kingdom Hearts. Like he would do like Kingdom Hearts cutscene versus like cinema, like the FMV cutscene versus the 2D looking one. He made funny videos about that. I thought he was hilarious. And so I followed him. And then I saw that he was got into voice acting and stuff. And then I remember when he did say those statements, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I do remember thinking, oh no, he's like getting really woke with all this stuff. And I do remember not liking that, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
Here's one of his threads. Is it on the screen? I can't behind that.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, I got to change okay, let's do this. That's so weird why it says it is, but it totes isn't. Okay, let me see here. Here's what he said back in 2023. This was always nonsense. Like, oh, you got to be straight to play a gay character, but gays can play straight characters. Like, okay, I accept your terms. Okay. I doubt people who actually care about acting or care about the craft would want that. You know, like, so he goes, here, I got an audition for, quote, prominent cartoon where I was sent just the Asian character. Looking through the rest, I told my agent, hey, I'm happy to read for all of this, but can I try some of these others? To which I was told all those characters are drawn white, so no. To add extra insult to injury, the character I got sent was labeled Middle Eastern, South/East, or Southeast Asian, because that's all the same thing, right? You can just lump us all into one. Now, wait a minute. So you're offended that they said Asian, but you want to read for a white guy? Like that's my agent told me that's how some major students are doing it. Naysayers will say, oh, don't you want authentic casting? And your entire main cast is all white, and you have one token side character who apparently can just be any Asian ever. This is not a level playing field. This is not new for any other show with a large cast of characters. I was only set into audition sides for the character who exclusively speaks Mandarin. I don't even speak Mandarin. Well, you should probably learn. It's demoralizing. As much as I love voiceover, the future looks bleaker today. To be clear, this was not my agent's decision. So his agent was probably like, you can't do that. And, again, you have him saying this.
Well,
talking about Wendy Lee.
I just think this is an industry problem. Like this isn't just his problem. This is an industry problem, and it's something that they've instilled. Like we brought up Hank Ariza. This has been an instilled idea now in the industry for a long time, and it needs to be gotten rid of. Like if you like when you're a voice actor, you have to go there thinking you don't have a face, like you don't have a race, you don't have like a gender, you don't have anything. You are a faceless person that's going in to breathe life into a character. Now that character could be a dog, it could be a horse, it could be an Asian, it could be a Muslim, it could be whatever. Like insert whatever thing here. That's what you're breathing life into, and you are a faceless person. No one's ever seeing who you are. They're only listening to your voice. And I think this is an industry-wide problem that needs to be solved from the producers. And this is why when you were reading the other thing and say, oh, this is what the producers want, that's where the problem starts. The problem starts that those people are still playing this game. So everybody, all the voice actors are going to get screwed.
To be fair, requesting a white person be a white person is not required. Like there's all sorts of different, by the way, white people voices are not a monolith. If you go 2 hours north from where I live, they'll say, they sound like this. Like, hey, did you go down to the snack shack?
Yeah.
Oh, it's real delicious. I don't have that. I don't have like the northern Wisconsin accent. Certainly, I think maybe, I don't know, a Canadian could probably do a good job at that.
I was just going to say that. It's funny because you could say that like, but it's funny because let's say you're doing a cartoon about a Canadian, right? And you want that whole, hey, I'm going to like blah, 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 eh? What's that about, eh? Like, you want to do that kind of thing because you want to be, extra and how you're presenting a Canadian to be. But so many people could pull off that accent. That's just the talent of being able to mimic an accent or mimic.
It's so different than painting.
Exactly. You could be Asian and pull off that accent, no problem, right?
Yeah.
Like or you could be white and pull off an Asian accent, no problem. That's when it becomes a problem for a lot of people, though, because they're like, oh, like so and so saying like ching chang, blah, blah, blah. That's racist now. But really, if you think about going in with a blank face, like you are not a person when you go into voice acting, then there is no issue, right? Like this is the mentality that has to change.
Yeah, and this guy in the past too, like the recasts are already acceptable. This is yikes. When Wendy Lee got recast, I don't know the specifics about that, but he was worried about skin color in that case. And again, this is plus there's kind of a monopoly on voice actors. You could talk about like especially in anime where like basically they all go through Funimation and they're all the same type of person working there. I love this 4chan post. Like, yes, a voice actor needs to have the same skin color as a character they are voicing. A white person voicing a black character is not only problematic, it's robbing poor black people of their chances. Very well. We agree with your visionary idea, and implementation will start now. To make an example, we have removed you from any role you had as a non-Asian character. You will now be allowed only to voice explicitly Korean characters from now on. Thank you for making this world a better place. Wait, not like that. Like that's exactly how this guy benefited from that bullshit.
Yep.
And now he's like, but wait, forgive a please. I didn't mean he never meant, like Aston pointed out, he never meant that shit in the first place.
Yeah.
He just used it to get more anime roles.
It's really similar to what Simu Liu did. Like, I don't know if you know
exactly
what I'm talking about. Like, it's the same shit, man. It's like, and then
remind me what movie. Remind me another movie he's been in.
I don't remember, but I do. Like, I don't think he's been in anything.
No, I don't think so.
He was in one like no-name thing. Yeah, he was in the Barbie movie, and he was in some no-name thing that happened on Netflix a few months ago. Barely did anybody watch that.
Well,
but it was interesting though because he did Kim's Convenience, right?
Yeah,
and like that's how he came up, and he was not Korean, right? Like he was. I think he's Chinese.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and he's like, oh, like, let's all pretend to be the same thing, but you're not Korean.
You used racial ambiguity in the past. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it's just, these people, it's so, like, the virtual signaling is so fucking cringe, man. It all needs to end.
Well, all of these, like, woke ideologies have just succeeded in adding more segregation into society. Instead of just people seeing each other as human beings, now everybody is viewing each other at what race are you? What is your background? What is all this? And this is going to apply to every little thing you do in your jobs and in this and that, things that just shouldn't even be a requirement for voice acting. But now that's all of a sudden a requirement that you have to meet these racial standards. It's absurd. And they're really bringing racism back with these ideas.
It's I have no idea. This just needs to go away. I just think it's funny. They don't like it when the shoe's on the other foot.
Yeah,
they get real mad. I do want to we have to end a little early today. I want to kick it over to Viva Fry, but I also want to remind people, Nina, tell the people where they can find your content. And what they can expect, how they can support you.
You can find me on Nina Infinity on Rumble, Twitter, and Nina 7 Infinity on Twitter, but Nina Infinity on YouTube and Rumble. That's where I do videos. My live streams are usually Wednesdays. That's where I do my Breaking the Narrative or like Infinite Talk with John Talks on Wednesdays, where we just
What time? What time?
8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when we do like the show and we talk about crazy clown world news stuff. And then on Fridays, I balance out that show because usually it's really depressing topics and black-pilled stuff. So we do the Friday show where I talk about good news and just good humans and people actually being inherently good and trying to do good things and spreading kindness.
And it's on after me, so you don't have to skip my show to watch it.
Yeah. And you can also follow the Good News channel because I also made a small one on YouTube, Good News Infinite Hope, where I put the shorts on there. If you guys want to do that. So that's Good News Infinite Hope on YouTube as well.
Thanks, Nina. Melanie, tell them where they can find you.
All right, you guys can find me on my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack, where I've got Bible verses of the day and then just topics that can help encourage you with just life and turning to Jesus. And then my gaming streams that I've been focusing on lately. So that's just at Melanie Mack, or if you just search Melanie Mack gaming streams, you can find me there. I'll be playing more Resident Evil 4 remake tonight on stream.
Love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to kick you guys over to Viva Fry. He just went live. And thanks again, Nina, for filling in
no worries.
on short notice. Yeah, and everyone go make sure you check out her channel. We'll be back tomorrow with Hannah Claire and Luke at 2 o'clock Eastern for a regular show. I hope you guys all enjoyed today, and we'll see you later. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Bye.